I learned about a very cool project that has been focused on Barrow, and I'm going to listen to the architect of the project. This is Ruth Mary Johnson. Um, you are a theater maker who is originally from the South Cumbria area, and you've done something really great. Can you tell me about yourself and your connection to Barrow?
I can, yeah. So hello, my name's Ruth Mary Johnson, and yeah, as you said, I'm a theatre maker, and I often say that as a sort of short way of then saying all the different jobs I do in order to make theatre, which is direct and perform, and I write as well, and I often work with different communities to tell their stories. And I think that's the sort of common denominator through all the work that I do. It's about storytelling. I love stories, and because I think stories help us understand the world around us. And yeah, so that's my key interest. And as you said, I was born in Barrow quite a few years ago, and grew up in Dalton, and then in '99, I went to university in Newcastle. And so now I've got two homes. I have um, Barrow and I have Newcastle. And I like to get back as often as I can. So this was a really gorgeous opportunity to bring what I do in the northeast back to the northwest, and get to know Barrow through different eyes, which was really really special.
Well, one of the things that I've, speaking with you that I found really exciting is that you live in Newcastle, but you got this wonderful opportunity with a zine, an online magazine called Quiet Down There. How did you get involved with this and the big project?
Yeah, so Quiet Down There are a wonderful company who are actually based in Brighton, and they have a creative laundrette space, where people can come in and do their washing, but also take part in different creative activities. Um, and they had seen a call out from Barrow Full, for ideas for arts projects in the town, and had suggested this artist in residence in in laundrettes, um, and they got that, and then they did a call out uh, to recruit an artist, and so when I saw it, I kind of couldn't believe my eyes, because it was, I love laundrettes. I always have. I've found them fascinating places. Found them really theatrical in a strange way. And it was in Barrow, and so those two things colliding were just, I couldn't resist applying for it. And also, like, even if I didn't get it, I kind of wanted to know more about it because it just seemed like such an exciting project. Um, so yeah, that I applied, and I was very lucky that I got to do the project.
Well, in a few minutes, we're going to find out a bit more about this Life in Laundry project and maybe hear a little bit about the stories you heard from people around our areas. Now, you're from the Barrow area, you live in Newcastle, and you are a theater maker. But in this project, you had to put on a new hat and you're now a poet. So tell us about Life in Laundry and what you've created from your experiences talking to people and gathering information.
Yeah, so I always knew that there was going to be a zine or a booklet at the end of it. And like I was saying, that I do write as part of my theatre practice, but I wasn't quite sure what the end product would be. I have one here, but yeah, what was really interesting to me, and felt like a real development of my skills, was when through conversation, through putting washing machine post boxes in laundrettes in Easy Clean in Barrow Island, Crellin Street and Rysdale Road laundrettes. Um, I've had these booklets and there was lots of questions in those booklets, like very important. Where do the missing socks go? If you were a piece of clothing, what would you be? What would a care instruction be for you? And there was, when I was reading all of these, they just started coming out as poems. They were so beautifully written, and people had given such time and care in sharing their ideas and their words, that they felt like they needed to live together somehow, and so they became poems, which then everything else started to be to come out as poetry. And I really liked that form, because I do think these spaces have something magical and poetic about them anyway. So it kind of felt like the right form, I guess, to represent the experiences that I'd been having.
Could you share a little bit of one of the poems?
Yeah, so this is called The Laundrette, and this was, again, all words were gifted by people in Barrow through the washing machine post boxes. So this is just a little section. Warming your back against the dryers, watching the machines, watching out of the window, connecting to the community. A place of accomplishment when the laundry is done, fresh, clean relief and satisfaction of doing an act of self-care.
I love that idea of self-care and how it does. Sometimes it feels like it's a chore. It's one of those things you just have to do to get through your week. But in doing that, there is that sort of, you know, caring for yourself and making sure that you have something that is clean and smells nice and sort of makes you, its clothes are so much, you know, it's part of our identity, it's part of how we present to the world. So doing that is an act of self-care.
Completely. And I always am drawn back to a conversation I had with John, who runs Easy Clean on Barrow Island. When I first met him, he said it's a human need, a basic human right to have clean clothes, and it really stuck with me. Because yes, it is a job. You go in with your dirty laundry and hopefully leave with your clean laundry. But there's so much about what people were saying about these spaces, of them being a moment for yourself. Like maybe you can shut like the other chores at home, you know, and you have to wait. So unless you're doing a service wash. And again, that's amazing, because you drop off your dirty laundry, and pick up your beautiful smelling laundry. But just that thing of it just felt so vital and important, and full of dignity, the whole process of washing your clothes, and yeah, doing something for yourself, and that whole thing about it being a basic human right feels very pertinent at the moment as well. And you know, prices rising everywhere, and things, and so and it is something, it does cost money to do it, so it's yeah, there was
Yeah.
something really interesting about how it's like it's as basic a human right as having food on the table, you know.
Could you tell us where we can find this zine?
Yes, you can find the scene in Easy Clean, Laundrette in Barrow Island, Crellin Street Laundrette, and Rysdale Road Laundrette. You can also find them in Barrow Library in the local studies area, and also at Women's Community Matters, because they were brilliant as well and let me into their Chinwaggers group and their clothes bank, and also with Barrow Full as well. And if there's any left, there are some care instruction badges as well, and these again came from things people shared. So
Oh, it's
care
so cool.
instruction. Yeah, boil, wash, nothing will destroy me, can withstand heat and pressure. And this is a beautiful one. Handle with care, may come away at seams, but easily fixed with kindness.
Oh, that's
Uh,
nice.
and the
I need the
last one,
delicate wash one.
yeah. This one, put in the bath with plenty of bubbles, a few candles, and some fizz.
Well, I also want to let our listeners know that if you don't make it to one of the laundrettes around Barrow. You can also find it online. And I had a little listen. It's quietdownthere.co.uk. And I had a little listen because not only do you have the large text format, but it's also audio as well. So it's accessible to a lot of different people. And I think it's particularly because of the nature of the project, it's quite nice to listen to the stories as well as read them. Thank you so much for being on. I can't wait to hear more of the poetry and the stories because it's quite a personal thing, but it also can be quite a social thing. So thank you so much, Ruth Mary Johnson.
Thank you very much.